Okay, good afternoon, folks. I'm a little bit late. I was just looking at this. Actually, I was looking at that kind of triple test, and it did work, but it was a doji. The trouble is, we've had this. Now, it's hard to say whether this is actually at a break or not. You could do it tight to there and argue we've had a small break, so it's just one of those ones where you're not quite sure. We kind of had two legs up, and it was also a triple test, but it was a doji, so it just looks like it may get a bit trappy there. Not only that, if you look at the NQ is looking like it's going like that. So I just, price is above the NQ at the moment, and this is below. So I'm thinking, ooh, am I going to get trapped short? And we're going to have a leg and a leg up. So I left that at the moment. So we have got some news coming up in around about 30, just under 30 minutes. So this thing looks like it's coming down. I had to look on the daily as well. And the daily, we could definitely come back and trap this. Hey K3, how you doing? I just quickly flick over to the daily. There is a possible trap there. If I just get rid of that. Sorry. What am I doing? There. There's a second entry long there which is triggering. It looks to me like that bar's coming down. So leg, break, leg, down towards this. I think we've had a couple of legs up. So this could be quite a bearish day, I think. Certainly possible. It's certainly looking like that anyway. So we've had a decent size push down. How much have we gone down from the highs? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. It's about 32, 33 points. So it's a fair old chug down from the overnight highs. Hey Speedy, how you doing, mate? But the trouble is, price is below the EMA on the NQ. It's the other way around. So I did wonder whether I was getting trapped, because I have got a channel on the NQ, which we got a touch there. 3 bars, the wicks touch there perfectly, and there, and we've had a break. So I got mixed feelings about this. This looks like it may continue down. This looks like it's trying to go up. So it's just one of them things, isn't it? But that is quite a strong trend, so I am wondering whether it's going to continue on down or not. Another bearish bar there. It's kind of going sideways though, so got to be a little bit careful. Let me just take that down to there. Yeah, it's a little bit sideways, so it could. I mean, you could say 1, 2, 3. There's a triple. In fact, I don't think that's a bad trade, actually. My only slight concern is it's very bearish. But we've had 1, 2, 3. 3 bounces, trapped any possible people thinking they're going to go short. So I don't think that actually was a terrible... if you want to have a punt or something, but... so you'd have just got 2 points out of it, but it kind of looks like 1, 2, 3 a triple test. So it's hard to know what's going to happen. Sometimes we'll do this. We'll have a break. We'll have a couple of more attempts, and then we'll end up here in an hour. So. Oh, look at that! I'm just looking at someone else's chart on the forum. On the Discord, and they had a beautiful bearish bar there. I haven't, unfortunately, because if that had been bearish, I don't think it's a bad setup. Let me just reload my historic. I think I've done it already. So,
Order submitted.
No.
Order cancelled.
I thought we may get a failure there. I like how this channel fits, so I'd still like to come down and test these lows. I like it. We've got a touch there. Those bars, in fact, I can move that up a touch. If I move it to there, those bars, each wick of those bars fit perfectly. So that to me, and if you look at the backside of it as well, it just didn't get any better, the backside of it. Perfect touch there, perfect touch there. So I like that channel. So maybe we're going to have a couple of legs up. Maybe another couple of attempts and some down. It's hard to say really at the moment. Excuse me. Yeah, I have a feeling this thing's going up now. Bars like that, longs like that. If that market was going to come down, would have triggered above there and trapped it and come down. So for me, I think we're now maybe starting to push up. Otherwise, I think that would have triggered and then started to come down. It's gone too far to trap any, excuse me, to trap any long. So I think this is now maybe having a bit of a push up. How long for? I don't know, but it's a shame about that. If that bar was a little bit better, you got two nice legs up, and it is a triple test. But I just, you know, when you just think it looks like it's kind of bottoming there, so there was just too many variables. Market about to open. You know, we could have broken out of this. It really depends how you're reading it. And we've gone 1, 2, and then we've broken. So you just don't know. But if that had been a better bar, I'd have had a go at that. Now look at this thing. Is this a failed breakout? Let me have a look. Just wondering if this is like a failed breakout of this range, if we are ranging. I'm just going to leave that there just for a quick minute, because we are going sideways. It could be a failed breakout of that, see. Possible fail second entry short. Not so sure about this. An error has occurred. An internal error happened in the script. Please contact. That's what you've had, is it? Please contact the webmaster for details. An error has occurred. Internal error happened in the script. If you're on NinjaTrader, bud, I think you're going to have to message him. I can't see. I'm trying to pay the subscription. Oh, the PA. Gotcha. Okay. Just go through it again. Just try it again. How you doing? How you doing anyway? Sean, how are you, bud? Anyone updated their version? I did see it pop up actually, and I haven't. I usually like to let you guys do it first, and if it screws up for you guys, I just stay away from it. But I did it last time. Well, I left it actually for a while, and I did it recently. And I don't know what the difference is. I think the reason I did it more because we're getting those orange bars, so I'm just wondering whether that might clean it up. But it does seem to be a bit better. But the only trouble is with NinjaTrader now, you got to bloody log in every time, haven't you? As opposed to just open it, you got to log in. I suppose there's probably a way of disabling it, but you know something, with this big leg down sideways, a fail push up, I think this market could go down. There's 2 attempts to go higher there, in my opinion, so we could come down for another leg. Karina, how you doing, Karina? Problem with Apex Pay system. Some can buy evals or pay. Oh, there's always something. There's always something. Hey Dean, how you doing, mate? You updated it. Couldn't find Apex on the new version, so I went back to the older one. Okay, there's your answer. So if you get that prompt, you're right, are you? If you get that prompt, I'd just probably stay away from it just for a few days. It's all good and well we do these updates, but when we got so many other bits of software associated with it, You never quite know where you're going to get any problem. Yeah, so Dean's had a go at it and reverted back. So probably best just leave it alone, I think, for the time being. What are we doing here? There is always something, yeah. Did anybody watch that video, did they? I've watched it a couple of times now. It did make me chuckle. It's very comical. Poor old Apex are getting a bash in late, aren't they? It's going all right, mate. It's going slow. My accounts are between $1,000 and $150 because some of them I just haven't traded. Because obviously I've split so much on the ES and so much on the CL. I've hardly done anything on the ES. So I've got a bunch of them around sort of 500 to 1,000 and about 8 of them at about 150. So it's going slow, mate, but there's not been a lot of trades. And to be honest with you, about the last 3 or 4 trades, I've got out for a point and a quarter. So I probably got out a little bit more than I probably should. I could have waited for the 2 points, but you know what it's like. I think when you start to, trade bigger, more accounts, you probably get a little bit nervous and want to get out of a trade while you see some profit. But it's going good, mate. I haven't had that urge to come back in the evenings. I haven't revenge traded my accounts. I haven't done anything really stupid, to be honest with you. So hopefully, and it's been like this now since about the first. Since I talked to you, really, to you and John, when we discussed that, and I decided to get the GAT, got an interest rate, although I never bought it. When we discussed it, and I said to myself in my mind, okay, the weekend I'm going to buy it, and I relaxed, and it's just something's changed somewhere, so I got you, and I think it was John to thank for that. So yeah, so good, all good. All good. Trouble is, when you go from averaging 2 or 3 accounts to sort of trading 10 at a time, I suppose it's climbing up to that next level, isn't it? So there's probably going to be more. I think every level you climb up to, there's probably going to be a little bit of nerves, but not enough to send me back to the dark ages where I used to be a few months back. But there you go. Nice triple test and then Q. Just look at that, mate. 1, 2, 3. It's almost as well. It's this. So if we get something bearish here, trouble is we've had a leg up. We've gone sideways. Sometimes we'll have another leg up. And I'm just looking at this. Is if this goes up. Or are you on about triple test long? Yeah, the triple test long I think would have been the better option. My post helps. So that my above post helps with the login issue. What above post? We haven't had one from me yet, mate, have we? My above post helps with the login issue. I can't see a post, Chris. Am I missing? Says my eyesight finally gone. Good to hear. It's hard to trade multiple accounts. Yeah. Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? I mean, trading one evaluation at one point in the past used to scare the hell out of me. And now trading one. If I trade the one account on this, I don't bat an eyelid. So it is a series of steps, isn't it? Little steps, and things will get easier. Like, you left it on the web address in it, yeah. Yeah, for some reason you can't put web addresses in. As soon as you start putting things like at, it doesn't. For some reason, you have to kind of break it up somewhere. Or if you've got my private message thing, you can always message me, bud, and I can print it. But you guys can't for some reason, and that's not down to me. So, if you posted the website, YouTube, yeah, I don't know why it doesn't seem to make sense. I can put it on. I can write that. So if you private message me or something, mate, then you know what's going on here. Are we going up now? There could be, yeah. We've had this. We've had 3 attempts, and we've made a low of the day and a bounce. We often see this. I mentioned this earlier. In an hour, we could be up here. So, and there's a failure there as well, actually, funnily enough, to go long. It's very tempting, isn't it? The trouble is, we could come up here and bounce back. This could be, you know what I mean? It could be a little bit longer, but we've got a leg up there with a break. There is a failure there. Try to go on once. Failure. Failure worked anyway if you got out. But I think really, if you took that failure, you'd want to be out by these. Excuse me a sec. Okay. That I think, that's what I mean. That was my concern with going there, but it does. After these 2 bounces and then this lower bounce and a push off, I have a feeling we're going to start to move upwards, which is why I think that would be a risky trade. Let's see what happens here. See if this triggers, see what happens. NQ is starting to move up. So that's good. You took the feather and NQ above the EMA, did you? That one there, did you? That one? No, it can't have been that one, can it? Or unless you've got a different, I've got the 1,000 tick. 20 points straight up, that'd be nice, mate. It's difficult today. See, I've had a look at the daily, and if you have a look at the daily, we could come down some more. It does look like we've trapped. See, whenever I change these, it reverts back to my green and red for some damn reason. It took the failure on the NQ, was making a way up. Got you. It's frozen up. Look. Oh, now it's gone to the daily. Yeah, we've trapped along there. There's a second entry long there, which is triggered. So I wouldn't. This is far from the EMA, so I wouldn't be surprised if that red bar broke between. Oh, it's freaked out on me now. I'd be surprised if that red bar broke below that green bar. So maybe this is sideways with 2 legs and then down. Who knows? So that trade there, in fact, in all fairness, it's probably safe to say that had closed above this. So it is a failure. So yeah, maybe that's not a bad trade. I mean, you got to say it is a little bit congested. But if you're a good enough trade reader, I suppose there's no reason why you can't take that. It is a failure. It's always nice to trap some shorts. So there may be some shorts taking the failed second entry long there back into the range, so that's a possibility. So I think it's a relative safe bet, that. The trouble is with me, I'm just seeing sideways here, so I'm probably being a little bit extra cautious. Right, let's have a look at this NQ. Trouble is, if this is the channel, we're right at the top now. Unless the channel's going to come from here, who knows? So, yeah, it is, isn't it? So channel with a break, new high would take us up there, yeah, to the 50% mark. We're still a ways away from that. Mind you, We're right at the top of the channel now, so we could get a bit of an overshoot here, a bit of a push on this. I just have a feeling, looking at that daily, we could come down some more to trap that bull bar that's far away from the EMA on the daily. We've still got a ways to go yet on here, but if we had a quick push up, it was still quite far away. But mind you, we could have this. It could come to this 38. I thought there was supposed to be a 36, 3.62. I don't know. Here we go. It does seem like we may get a push off here. Wow, look at that. We've smashed straight through that there and closed right on it, actually. That's interesting. So, channel with a break, new high. Keeping in mind, folks, we've got that news. I knew something was missing. For some reason, whenever I change between the daily, it goes back to the green and there we go. It goes back to the green and the red for some reason. Don't ask me why. Yeah, we got news coming up in about 7 minutes, so just keep that in mind. I don't know why it disappears. Annoys me that. Okay, news coming up in about 6 minutes, so just be careful of that. Keep that in mind. What news is it? Home sales. Let's have a look. Kanan, how you doing, my friend? Was the market depth data? Was that? Say that again. What was the market depth data, and what was the use of that? Market depth data. Market depth data. Depth data. I'm not sure what you mean there, bud. You on about a market depth data? You on about a? I'm not sure what you mean, but actually, market depth data. Did you see something that I clicked up here? You're talking about a indicator or something? The DOM. Oh, depth of market. Yeah, okay. I don't use it personally, but I think it doesn't it give you the data if you want a trade depth of market, in other words, similar to how Canadian futures. Oh, yeah. I got you. Level 1, level 2 data. Yeah, I think with I think, well, I'm not sure actually. I don't know whether you need level 2 data for the DOM, do you? I've got a lifetime license. I don't know whether I can get it or not, can I? I'm pretty sure I can actually, but do you need level 2 data for it to be correct? I don't really know, in all honesty. You don't need it for candlestick trading. No. I've never used the DOM, to be honest with you. I wouldn't even really know how to use it because I never have done. You know, I get it shows price and people actually trade on it, but I've only ever used candlesticks, to be honest with you. Well, to me, it's much more straightforward. If you trade, you know, something like that, it might be easy for you. I don't know, but yeah, no. Okay, this news is coming up in 4 minutes. So just be careful. I mean, I trade max style, and it's very simple, really. Well, it's simple in the way that there's very little on the screen, just one chart, candlestick pattern. The only indicator we really use is the EMA. Apart from that, it's just a series of lines and channels, and that's it, really. It's very simple. I mean, you listen to some people's trading, and they're talking about all these different fandangle things, and I know someone did tell me once, just because someone's got a lot of stuff on the screen doesn't make them a good trader. Sometimes the most effective strategies are the simplest ones. You put more stuff on the screen, it can, unless you know how to use it, of course, it can just confuse you. I've looked into all sorts of different things. I looked into, what's it call it? Where it shows you the prices all broken down in it. I can't even think what it's called now. I looked into a bunch of stuff. But I think what I realised is that trader I started learning currency said to me, keep it simple, stupid. So basically, footprint, yeah. I tried all sorts of stuff, but yeah, keep it simple. You think you've got to have 101 different indicators on your chart to, to sort of make yourself look like, it's like it doesn't matter how many tools a guy's got in his box. If he can't cut wood or he can't, do joinery for shit, it kind of doesn't make any difference. And I think I've just started to realise I put me different feelers out there to try and pick up little bits of help, and I think I'm starting to reel it back now and realise that I've got everything I need in front of me. But you can overcomplicate it, things really, I think, but keep it simple, I think, is the key. Okay, this news is coming up in just over 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes. There is an overshoot there, so it's always possible. We could come back and test this area. It's possible. But no trades at the moment. We could do the opposite and try ICC. Yeah. In fact, I started watching that guy, that Iman. And it's surprising how many people out there that are these so-called gurus that are kind of fake, aren't they? There was that sort of Chinesey guy I used to watch, the thin guy with the glasses, the round glasses. Apparently he's a bit of a faker. Well, I mean, I suppose you can only call people fake if they're not making money and they're charging people for courses. Because I think some people realised there's more money in charging people for courses than making money out of trading. That's obviously if you can't trade, of course. Okay, there's an overshoot there, and there's actually a nice correction. But we got the news, so 30 seconds away. So that'll be interesting. It's kind of like a textbook 2 legs down, isn't it? But okay, news is pending. I wouldn't be surprised if we do come down lower. Okay, any second now. Let's see if it does anything. Not a lot, really. Sometimes it's a bit of an anticlimax, isn't it? So there's an overshoot there, so we may there's a failure there, a second entry long that's triggered, so I'm staying out because sometimes it does go quiet for a minute and then we get a couple of flicks. So there is an overshoot there, so we've got this leg down, leg to leg. We could come down some more, I wouldn't be surprised. But it's just a little bit too early to start thinking about taking shorts just yet. Okay, that's triggered. I'd probably expect that stop to get taken, but it's also a correction, so after a correction we could continue on up. But I wouldn't want to be in that trade, put it that way. And I'm not taking this either, because that could trap you. It may not. It is a second entry with a high low, but that's a big ass bar and it ain't finished yet. Could be a second entry short, possibly. I'll tell you something. If it does come bearish, that could be a second entry short. There's one hell of a big trap there, I'd say. Let's see what happens. Yeah, if you had the balls to go long there, good on you. I mean, you could take this up, but I don't know. I don't know. For me, I think it's a little bit risky. You may see it completely different. We've also got a channel with a break. So, in fact, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to thicken that wick up a bit. There is a possible second entry short there. The trouble is, by the time it gets down below the AMA, which is where I'd feel comfortable, it's going to be huge. I mean, it kind of fits, but the trouble is that channel looks nice as well. So it's a bit of a, I think it's a bit of a, it's just one of those ones that there's a couple of different variables, so I mean, you couldn't take that anyway because of the news, really. I mean, it is 2 legs back, there's no denying it, but it's a big bar, it's 12 ticks, a point above, point below. I'll be risking $350 times 10, and I ain't risking that with a possible overshoot. I think it's always best to assume there's an overshoot, but we know with an overshoot we could have a correction and it may continue on. But I'm not prepared to risk it just yet. But yeah, that was a big risk. You wouldn't have got back much with a limit order, really. So if you put a tick below there and went above it, yeah, it's three. I'm not risking $3,500 on that trade, especially after this, because we could trigger above and come down. I mean, after that big bearish bar, you know, I did say when we had something like this, we could end up here after an hour, and it's kind of looking like that. But that overshoot just concerns me, especially when you seem to have a nice channel coming down. Sometimes you'll get reversals from these. So I do not want to get caught in one, especially with such a big bar. Well, I could widen it to that, yeah. But my initial thing was there, and it kind of worked there, and it kind of worked there. So I've been caught out with overshoots before, so I always, if I think there's one, I always assume there is. So if we're in an uptrend, I don't take a long just to let it sort itself out. It doesn't mean you can't, but I've been caught out in overshoots before, and I've emailed Mac in the past, going back a year or two, and he's gone, we had an overshoot. Sometimes we'll have a correction, sometimes we'll have a channel, it'll break, and it'll come down and make a new low. So there's a few variables there, and it was a big bar, so I'm quite happy to sit that one out. It's not much clear on the NQ, to be honest with you. We've pushed above that 50%. We've had 2 legs back. You just don't know whether we're going to have a couple of legs, make another. You just don't know. There's too many variables here, I think, to widen it now. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, that I can do. Yeah. Yeah, we've had channels like that before, and I've gone long, and it's triggered me and pushed down really quickly, and taken out stops there and there. And if you can guarantee there's going to be some big stops there, so we should get a quick push down here. And I didn't want to get caught out there, so I'm happy to leave that. Shame about that, really. If we wouldn't have got an overshoot, I may have had a go. Trouble is, it is very close to that news. I've known news sometimes to do nothing for a few seconds and then start bouncing. That's a bit better. There is a second entry long on that, but it's a bit far from that AMA, but it is sitting there, so oof, tough one that is. Leg, sideways leg. I'm not taking anything here because we could make another leg. Just something about this I'm not over wrapped with. I've done this and then look like an overshoot. So it could have a leg down, sideways and another leg down. So I'm just staying out of this long at the minute. May work, but it's just a little bit sideways there, so it just could screw your life up today. Good work. Looking for a higher low up here if we can on that NQ. See if we can come back a bit, get a higher low on this NQ. Maybe here as well.
Order submitted.
If there is a bigger channel there, we could come down a bit further. I'm really not sure about that. I still want to come down a bit further if there is a bigger channel. I don't really know, to be honest with you. Let's get rid of it. I still think we can get higher though, for another measured leg. No, I don't like this. I'd like to come down a bit further, leg and a leg, drop below there, then push up and sit on there, because this it's looking a bit sideways. So yeah, it is, and we're right at the top at the moment. So touch, 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 3 touches at the bottom. So we could go 1, 2, 3, and then come down. It's a tough one, that. I'd like to come down here. If we can get down here. Hey Nick, how you doing, mate? Your bars are different than yours. I've reloaded a bunch of times. Could it be me? It could be. Yeah, just have a look at my data series. I usually have 5 days. I have 5 days and break at end of day selected. See if the 5 days makes any difference. That's what I usually have. It's not very different than mine today. Let's reload mine again. Yours are the same, Hey Rodin, how you doing, mate? See how this finishes. It's getting a bit of a big bar, that, isn't it? Better. Good on you, mate.
Order filled.
That's probably a safer bet, actually. It's only a single account, this. I don't mind a little bit extra. That's going to be a safer bet there. Part of me wanted to leave that because of this, but that might get taken, but that's a bit safer. Still within my risk parameters for this, so I'm alright, actually. Break above there and have a push, then I might put it here somewhere. Oh dear me. Okay, there's a triple test there. Hopefully that gets trapped on the ES, and if it doesn't pushes up, I'll be alright. Otherwise I might get stuffed. I thought that was going to launch then. That's me going to get taken out of this. Just going to give that one extra tick. Just give it a chance to trap that, because we may bounce here.
Stop filled.
Bugger. Leg and a leg. I was concerned about a leg and a leg, so let's see what happens here.
Order submitted.
2 legs back, looking good.
Order filled.
Leg, now bounce. Come on. We just need to get above, get these stops out the way. Come on, push. Come on, we need to get above here. Push.
Stop filled.
That's a bit better. Probably get above there. Yeah. My concern was, I was a bit concerned when I take in there, but sometimes I see these patterns and I leave them, and it is a second entry long. It's off the key entry point, but I'm thinking leg, so it may get taken. But because I'm trading one account, I thought it was worth a go. But I was waiting, which I normally would do, for a second leg down, which we kind of did then, didn't we? And then we pushed up and right above where I expected it to go. Traded in the morning. Well, where are you? Where are you, bud? You're not in Australia, no? In fact, Australia just got knocked out of the Cricket World Cup, didn't they? And I am sorry, but I was rather pleased. There are arch enemies. Entered on the ES. I could have done, but I don't like this. There is a triple test there, so you don't know whether it's going to trigger that and come down. It's a bit congested. I'm just not a massive fan of this, in all fairness. I'm not saying it's a bad trade, but you've got to say you're going into support there. We've kind of had a leg and a leg. So I'm just a bit extra cautious there. It's just one of those. I've taken these before and it's triggered me and dropped quickly and taken my stop out and that stop out. It's got a habit of doing that sometimes. So I'll risk one account because I think the trade looked okay. It was much more on that NQ. Oh, you're in Brazil, are you? Good on you, mate. It was much more 2 legs down than this was. It wasn't really. We had a leg down and it was more sideways. And we were fighting. Support there. So going along into support, personally, was risky. If we can get a second entry long off here with some height to go to that measured leg, then, because a lot of times we have a breakout, pull back, and then off we go again. But this might be a better option. We'll see.
Order submitted.
I think it's a small risk as well, isn't it? It's off that key entry point again. See how this looks. As long as it's not too massive. Trouble is, we're coming away from here. We're at the top, we're coming away here, so it makes sense we have a break. So that stop is likely to get taken up. It's a little bit risky, it's a little bit floating in there. Yeah, that's got taken out. What would you have got point-wise? So if you've got a tick above there, yeah, it didn't go far. You'd have got 2.25 points. Depending on where you got in. So if you got a tick above there, you'd have got 2.5 points, but it didn't go far. And when it comes back to clean up its mess like this, that's what concerns me. If it's strong, right off this key entry point here, it'll come back so far, but it still stays higher. But that one, it's floating in the middle of nowhere a bit. So for me, that's a bit risky. It did work, but it may not have gone as high. See, one more coming away from the tops there. That always rings alarm bell for me. We're losing momentum. We did have another go, but we didn't get far. So this, I would have preferred this down here somewhere. Brazil, eh?
Order cancelled.
That sounds nice. I'm guessing it's hot in Brazil at the moment, isn't it? I bet it is, yeah. So it's got rid of that stop and it's got rid of that stop. Now that's what concerned me, because whenever it goes sideways and it slowly struggles to get up, it often comes down and picks up this 28 today. That's not too bad. It's 26 in the UK where I am at the moment. And I did buy myself one of those portable air conditioning units. Stuck the pipe out the window and slept like a baby last night, I've got to say. Absolutely amazing. Yeah, 28's not bad, is it? Remind me, Rhodium, what part are you actually from? Yeah, I'm still glad I didn't take that because it's still risky. It had to be down here to be solid. The trouble is, if you take them here, it doesn't get back. You take them here, it doesn't get back. But when it's floating a little bit above there, it just makes it a little bit risky. Or has it taken that? It may have taken that as well. So, when we get this, it does concern me whether we are actually in a channel. I mean, look at that thing's dropping like a stone, isn't it? That was my concern about coming down and retesting it. To me, this, just looking at the daily, Apex has its 85 lifetime promotion on all account sizes. No, just the... we've got it on the top here. Just on the 150, 250 and 300. The rest are just normal 80% off and then normal lifetime fee. So yeah, just those three, mate. I don't mind them. The trouble is you've got to get a hell of a lot of profit on you to just to pass the damn things, which is kind of what's put me off a little bit. But the trouble is I did start trading the news a bit, but are we getting some news on the oil? Just had a little spike down on oil. Have you got news on oil today? There's it, Wednesday. Oh yeah, we have. Shoot, I should have noticed that. Oil inventories. I need to make a note of that. We had a little bit of volatility there, not a lot, but I need to be aware of that. Note for next time. So yeah, but just the 150, 250 and 300. It's a good deal for the only $85, and if you're a bit of a swing trader as well, they may suit you, the larger accounts. So it's come down quite a distance, that has. So have we had any type of break that you could maybe say? It's hard to say, really, isn't it? Can't see anything. Yeah, there is a second strong and a higher low. Trouble is, it kind of looks a bit too good to me. I know that sounds a bit odd, but that's how the ES has made me feel lately. Like I just don't trust it. So when you get something that looks as perfect as two legs down as that done and a bullish bar, just makes me nervous. And then when I get that bar there, the failure, I think, yeah, I've done well to stay out of it, but it triggered and pushed up. So it just goes to show sometimes it's best off just follow what the chart tells you and try and not let the that untrustworthy kind of feel stop you from taking anything. Oil inventories. Mustn't forget that. In fact, I'm going to call that an overshoot, which is why it's turned. We could have a correction here, followed by another leg up. My only slight concern is looking on the daily, it does look like there's going to be some more downwards, or there certainly could be. There's a bearish bar there on the NQ, which is triggered and pushing up. So that's interesting. Channel down there with a break. There's a possible lower high there, trapping that long. But it's a bit congested there. The NQ looks like it's pushing up. It's above price at the moment, above the EMA at the moment. So this could come down, but I'm a bit. I don't know how I feel about going short there. It is a second entry short. It is a lower high. But it could go up again for a triple test. It's always possible. Sometimes in the past, I've taken that when they're a bit congested and it triggers it, comes back, breaks above it, stops me out, and then gives us a nice bearish bar. So I'm just sitting tight here at the moment because I don't know how I feel. I may be interested in a higher low if we can get one up here, but I need to push through that EMA a bit more, a little bit stronger. It's holding prices at the moment, so for me it's proper risky. I can't see anywhere really that we've had a break of that or really an overshoot. We've definitely lost momentum, that's clear. So we've had a channel down there, but I think you'd probably kiss goodbye to that one, but let's see what happens if we stop that. Second entry long, possibly. So maybe there's some shorts jumping in that now. We've taken out some stops there. I was hoping that would reverse and end up bullish. But that's interesting. So channel down with a break. There's probably going to be some shorts jumping in there, thinking down some more. It's triggered and pushing up. So if we can push up through there and get a high low up here, then we may get up. Took that for 6 ticks, did you? Yeah, I sort of considered it. But after this, see, I'm thinking about, am I going to get trapped? That's interesting, though, that it's triggered that. Yeah, I think 6 ticks is probably the name of the game at the moment, I think. Snap back. Yeah, it's not stupid, the market, is it? It knows where your money is. kind of a triple test there, isn't it? It's very tempting, that. Takes an excuse. I'll have to do some vacation stuff. Yeah, absolutely, mate. Get your Speedos on and get on the beach. Good on you, mate. Have a nice holiday, bud. Have a nice, safe holiday. I've heard of those Brazilian girls. That's assuming you're not you're on your own or with your mates. You're probably with your family. I think. You're welcome, mate. Yeah, you have a nice time, bud. You're out the cricket anyway. It's not important. Family, yeah, have a nice time, bud. There is a higher low there, but there is some... the trouble is we've got a channel down and we could have two pushes and it could come down. So I've got really no idea at the moment. I thought about having a go at that one. But trouble is, trapping a few shorts there, but you want to be out before here, which doesn't really give us much room. Wow, look at that. Now, is that a failed break out of this? Is that going to come back? Or is that what... soon find out. In fact, let me take that down there. Maybe. Leg down, leg up, leg up. Two little legs. That's interesting. So I'd like to see this high breaker broken. I can't see anywhere where it's had a break, in all fairness. Having said that, we got a leg down there. We could have a leg and a leg, trap in a load of longs and then come straight down. I wouldn't be shocked about that either. It's kind of got 2 attempts to go higher, but until that pushes through the EMA, you just can't even think about shorts, really. Just trapped that bearish bar there and struggling to go up. Leg and a leg. Interesting. Wow, look at that. I didn't think that was going to happen. So I'm quite glad I stayed out of anything there. There was nothing there really anyway. I mean, after pushing above it, it was certainly indicating it's going to push higher, and it may well. But it's just, it can't seem to make its down mind at the moment. We had that leg down. We had a couple of legs up. We thought we may sort of, with that one, we may come down. A lot of times when we have that, we do. But to be honest with you, I think majority traders will be looking to look for this new high here. So we triggered that and pushed up, broke above it quite strong, but then turned and dropped. So it's struggling to get up. It's kind of like a failed breakout on the NQ, but the way this thing's looking at the moment, we may not get up. If we can get a higher low here, but we have had a channel with a break and a new high by a tick. Leg. I did look at that. I was tempted. High and low I was looking for, but we didn't get it. Okay, so we've got a leg up. Aren't we getting a second leg up? We could well do. It's so hard to say, isn't it? Does look like it's trying to break these highs, which I think it probably will do. The trouble is, if I don't know, it's a bit slow as well today. A little bit low in volume. It is moving, but I think the only one I really looked at was these two. The trouble is, at the time I had the top was actually there, so this was an overshoot, so I left it, which is fine. But in hindsight, 2 legs down, I mean, that's about as obvious as 2 legs as you can get, really. But the trouble is, because there's not a lot of setups lately on the ES, I can't. I see something as perfect as 2 legs back as that, and just think I can't trust it for some reason. But I obviously had that overshoot in mind as well. Obviously now because it was touching here. Now I've expanded a bit because we've continued on a little bit. It obviously makes a bit more sense. But at the time, in reality, it's Mac will mark that one, Ali will mark that one. But in real time, it's not always that simple. You've got to make a decision. And if I take a trade, it could cost me $2,000-3,000 over on my account. So you've got to be a trade that you're comfortable with. If that would have been a little bit lower, not quite as big, or we'd have got a little bit more of a pullback, I'd have probably had a go. But it's a 12 tick bar, so a tick above, tick below. I'm not risking $300 times 10 on that, especially with the overshoot. Because also we had this as well, and I've got stuck in these many a time before. You get an overshoot, you get a channel down, you think, oh yeah, let's go long. It pushes up, you get a bearish bar, more bearish than that. You've got a second entry short, channel, break, coming down, take that stop out, take that stop out. That's often what overshoots will do, and that's the trouble. I had that down there, see, and it was kind of fitting there. So the overshoot, if we ever get an overshoot, I avoid longs straight away, just for a minute, because a lot of the times we'll have 2 legs down there, trap longs there, second entry short, channel, break, new extreme down here. With this big bearish bar, looking at the daily's trapped a big bull bar at the moment, and it looks to me like it could work back towards the EMA, so we could theoretically get a lot more down. So with all those decisions mulling around your brain, but I've been caught out on those overshoots. So if I think something's and if you look at it, we could touch that actually fits really nice now, taking away that overshoot, which tells me maybe it was an overshoot. I don't know, but I've always had this thing in my head now that if I think it's an overshoot, or it could be one, I assume it is, and avoid automatically taking longs. But it worked. Some took it, some didn't. I know Thomas Wade didn't take any of those. So it's one of those things. Some will, some won't. If I was taking it on a valuation, I'd have taken it, yeah. So we've had another leg and a leg. I might have a go at this one.
Order filled.
Just for a small risk. Just back to the EMA. Damn it, look at that. It's just where I wanted. Oh, it's got me orange. It's alright, we're nearly down at the bottom of this channel now, see, so it may turn. In fact, I might get out of that for break even. Let me have a look. It's going to do me anyway, I think.
Stop
yeah,
filled.
okay. I only wanted it to get back to the EMA as well. As soon as I dropped my order in here, it bounced off it and turned back. Okay, maybe a second entry long off here. Let's have a look. Yeah, it is, mate. That's why I stay out of them. I've been caught out. You learn by being caught out, really, don't you? Let's have a look what is going on here. Have we just made a couple of attempts and we're coming down some more? I don't know. Could be a leg and a leg, and then up some more. It's possible we could have a leg up with a correction and up some more. In fact, I'm going to take that away, I think. Perfect 2 legs back. You were talking about. Bit triggered, yeah. That one there, yeah. I mean, it's 2 lovely legs. The trouble is, after the overshoot, it is risky. Just because it works doesn't necessarily mean it was good. But, you know, perhaps it might have been up there, but you don't really know that at the time. I think it's safe. Not only that, we had a quick push, didn't we? And usually after a quick push like that, it can give you a bit of an overshoot. There is a failure there. Let's see how big
Order
or small
submitted.
that is. It's going to be all the way down there, I think. Yeah. If that was going to be 5 ticks or 6 ticks, I may have had a go at that one, but it's going to, by the time it finishes, it's going to be right down the bottom, isn't it?
Order cancelled.
Why have I only got one? What is going on here? What's that? 59. 67. 59.
Order submitted.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So, okay.
Order cancelled.
It's 59. 69. This should be 68. Yeah.
Order submitted.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay.
Order cancelled.
Looking for a second entry short or a triple test here.
Order submitted.
Bloody massive now, look. No, I'm not getting involved in that.
Order
It's
cancelled.
nearly down the bottom. See if we can get a second entry. Could get another leg down here, but I'm not getting involved in that. It's too big. See if we get a second entry short or something like that. Okay, this measured leg looks like it's played out or playing out. Stick away from it, and we got a leg out. Are we just making 2 more attempts to go lower and then we're up, we're going up? Who knows? Okay, it is looking like we may get another leg down there. Leg and a leg, that would make sense. Looking at the daily. So, I don't know, maybe we are. Could be a leg and a leg, it really could be actually.
Order submitted.
It's hard to read today, I got to say. So I'm looking for a lower high. Not taking that, it's just too risky. Could trap me and push up for another leg.
Order cancelled. I got 2 legs back, retest to this lows. Yeah, it's just hard to work out what the hell's going to go on, to be honest with you. Does look like a bloody big correction, doesn't it? So perhaps we are pushing up, or perhaps it's just a range. Who the hell knows? Two legs down, and it could be ranging, to be honest with you, a leg and a leg. Leg up, 2 legs back. So if we get 2 legs back, sort of kind of a leg up, 2 legs back, a leg up. It is starting to look more and more like a range. Leg, 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 2 legs back, and I think this is likely to do something similar to this. I think certainly aiming towards this, but we need a couple of legs back really to get us in. Okay, I'm just going to take a quick trip to the bathroom. I'll be a quick minute. Let's look at the chart. Yes, stuck in a range, waiting for the breakout. upside or downside. It's hard to know what the hell's going on at the moment, but with a leg up here, I think it's likely to get up to at least these highs, if not here. But it kind of looks like a leg up with one leg back and a second leg back, with obviously broken legs in between, sort of smaller legs in between. That's interesting.
Order submitted.
I need to get down here really. Oh. One. Maybe get a triple test to go long. We'll see. Leg up. 2 legs back. It's kind of like a hidden second entry long with this bar's just staying bearish. It needs to break above this really, I think. Can't see it, can I? On lean hogs. Did you? Oh, just not quite bullish enough, I'm afraid.
Order cancelled.
I don't know about that. See if this is giving us the same sort of thing, maybe. Anything's possible. Struggling for me, that's the problem. I don't know whether that is. I think it's just a little bit too... tempted to take this on a limit
Order
order. I'm going
filled.
to, with a little bit less of a risk. It is 2 legs back. Oh no. I'm not having none of it, is it? Oh dear me.
Stop filled.
Ooh. Leg and a leg. This thing's coming down, not going up. Is that a failure? Try go once, try go twice, failure. I don't know what's going on at the moment. Do you know what I think it is? I think this is a channel with a break and a new high. Now I think it's likely to come down, I think. It's just looking like it's slowly coming down. Maybe there's this big push down and then more of a shallow one, I don't know. There is a failure trying to go once, try to go twice. There's a failure there.
Order filled.
Thank you, 1500. Doesn't matter whether you get in, it seems to trap you and stump you out.
Stop filled.
Unbelievable. Oh, flipping hell, that account's getting hammered. I think after today I'm not going to bother trading the other individual account. The trouble is with the individual account you take more risks. Much clearer, is it? Let's have a look at it. I used to use it before, but yeah, it is, isn't it?
Order filled.
Oh, I'm getting battered on this account. Poof. I'm getting battered on here. I just want to let it, give it a little bit of room to trigger that. Yeah, it is, mate, yeah. I'm not trading it on its own after. I'm just going to trade it with these two in future. I get too risky with it, really. I take more riskier trades. It's probably going to break those highs, isn't it? So I just want to give it room to trigger that. I don't know what's going on today, to be fair. Yeah, it does.
Stop
Yeah,
filled.
yeah. I'm bidding this one in future. I'm just going to stick to the two. In fact, yeah, I'm going to stick to the two. I'm down 800 on that one account. Everything else is doing wonderful, but I'm down 800 on that one account. So I'm just going to trade these two, to be fair, after today. I'll get rid of this. It's just, yeah, I don't seem to be doing too well on it. How long have we been going? 2 hours, 2 hours and 10 minutes. There is a higher low there, isn't there? Doesn't matter what I seem to get into a trade, it just knackers me. It's hard to say, mate, to be honest with you. This, to me, looks like it's slowly working down, in all honesty. Yeah, I am on that one, to be. It's only the one account. The rest I'm treating with kid gloves, but I'm taking a few more risks there. So I'm stopping that. The trouble is, 1 and 10 and 10, it's just, yeah. I wouldn't dream of doing these. It's just that one account, but yeah. This, to me, is looking like it's finding some support there, and that's what's concerning me.
Order filled.
This thing looks like it's about to drop. Channel down, second entry short. Come on, here's a bit of luck.
Going to be some stops below there if we can get down low enough. This thing to me looks like it's struggling to get up. Need to get below there. Come on. There's a lower high there, so if that comes bearish, we may get that push down. Channel down, second entry short, lower high. Slightly higher, that one. Come on, give us a bit of luck. Oh, that's going to screw me, I think. I'm going to get out a bit earlier here. Take a smaller loss, I think. I might as well leave it there. Yeah, I'm trading this one a bit carelessly, to be fair. It's 1,000. I've got quite a bit to go on this one. It only went up to, I think, about $175 this one, so I've got a bit to go.
Stop filled.
Yeah, I'm just getting bumped around today. I'm taking careless trades on here, which I'm not touching on here. Oh, it's down 1,100. In fact, I'm done today. It's hard going today. There's not a lot here, really. There's a high low there, but it's congested. Are we making a second leg? Who the hell knows? But it's just, it's not nice going today. It's been awful so far this week. Not been a brilliant week at all. I think I'm up about $400. No, I'm knocking on the head now, mate. I'm up about $400, well, minus that one. But I've got to keep trading them. So, yeah, that NQ, Lance, what exactly is the lifetime PA fee? Does it worth it? If I just want to try my luck only, is it? All the lifetime fee is, mate, is just it means you pay a one-off fee. That's all. That's all. You just pay a one-off fee as opposed to $80 odd a month. Yeah, I'm stopping trading the NQ. Really, I'm just going to keep half the CL and half this. The trouble is with the CL, because
you see them in sort of separate windows. They're actually split into one window. So I'm just going to trade the CL and this with the 10 accounts on each. I just don't seem to have much luck with this. It does bounce around a bit. You're basing your trading in luck. You better go with monthly. Yeah, if you can hold an account, pay the one-off fee. Otherwise, just do monthly. Otherwise, you'll get battered around. So right, that's it, folks. I'm done. I will be back same time tomorrow. Have a great day. Bye for now.